Howdy Traders, welcome to the morning coffee session. I got the mic going, I got the charts ready to rock and roll. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly what's going on in the marketplace. Remember traders, we did talk about possibly changing the strategy this morning, looking at maybe the daily targets instead of the weekly targets. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this, that I am not quite ready to move to the daily targets yet, and I'll tell you why. Because I am going to be moving, I'm going to be focusing on an event this week. I'm off to Orlando at mid-afternoon, and I'm heading to Orlando to do a 2020 event. If you're not part of that, you may want to go ahead and contact your account rep to be able to speak about that. But I'm going to be focused on the event this week, so I'm not quite sure if I want to go ahead and get so actively involved in the market while I'm at the event. So I'm going to probably stick to the weekly target this week and see what that offers. And if it doesn't offer me much, maybe tonight, I'll go ahead and switch over to the daily targets as we head into the week. But I'm going to focus on the weekly targets for right now. Stick to my game plan as we have been for the last couple of weeks. Make no changes yet. And if I do change, make sure that you're part of the my Telegram, right? It's in the description. Make sure that you actually are connected to my Telegram group, because if you are connected to the Telegram channel, I may go ahead and give some updates as to what I'm going to do and just communicate things through the Telegram. So make sure you go ahead and connect. The description, or at least the details are in the description. Also, if this is the first time that you've viewed my video, you like the content, make sure that you like the content. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the actual channel, all right, so that when we go live, you'll get notified of exactly when we go live. And if we post any sort of data, like we just recently posted the weekly outlook, you'll get that notification saying, hey, Big Dog's gone ahead and posted some information. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on right now in the marketplace, right? We want to go ahead and check out the setups based on the weekly targets. So I'm going to go ahead and move over to the daily. Nope, not the daily. Sorry, my bad. I'm going to go ahead and move over to this chart right here. And I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up. I think I may have this one right here. Yeah, I'm going to do this. This way it's a lot easier for me to be able to monitor. All right, let's see here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started this morning. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just quickly add something here on my charts. And I'm going to go ahead and just make a couple of changes here. All right, it looks like about right. All right, let's do this. I'll change the color here a little bit. All right, cool. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. Now, this week targets, and very importantly, traders, we're going to go ahead and monitor. We're going to update this document right here. Now, if you have not received, if you don't know where to get hold of this document, once again, in the description, you'll be able to access this information as well. Just go ahead and check in the description. In the description, you should be able to see the link to the document that I'm currently showing right now. You can keep track of exactly what we're doing, and we update this document on a week-to-week basis, so we keep track of exactly what trades we're looking at, what missed targets, what targets, and all the good stuff, all right? So let's go back to the document right here. We're going to go ahead and open up a new week. This is the 20th. Let's go ahead and copy that. It is the new week, the 20th, right here. We're going to change the date. And there it is there. Okay, good. So this is the 20th right here. I'm going to go ahead and clean up some of the data because this does not apply to this week. So I'm going to clean this up right here. And I know that we're in on the Euro JPY still from last week, right? We're holding still from JPY right here. And we went bearish on Euro JPY. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I acknowledge that. Also, I want to take a look at our missed targets from last week. Okay, none of them are. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. Let's just drop this down to 85. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and clean up this. And I know we're still carrying over trade for the Euro JPY right here, and that was a yes. And we are bearish on that one right here. That's selective. All right, so that's the only active trade that we have from last week that's still carrying. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have now from the top, starting off the Euro Aussie dollar. And you'll see, traders, that we go through this pretty quickly. This is the first time you've been in this room. You'll see that we cover this session very quickly. So there we go. Euro Aussie, hit target. We move on to the next one. Okay, so Euro CAD, we've got an unhit target. So let's go ahead and update the document. I do this hit target, and this one's an unhit target. Now that it's an unhit target, I want to go ahead and take a look and see, do we have the RSI moved in over sold condition? No, we don't. So we're going to go ahead and change this and say, we are pending, we're waiting for a bullish alert. All right, we're looking to buy long. So nothing's active at the moment right now, all right? But we're certainly looking for an opportunity on that one. So this is an opportunity that may form this week, and we'll have to wait and see. So Euro CAD is an opportunity. Let's go to Euro JPY. Oh, by the way, sorry, Doug says, yeah, sound is all good. Thank you, Doug. I do appreciate that. You were up, you were in the trading room very early today. Craig says, can't see the Telegram link below, big dog. Craig, maybe you... Oh, he says, never mind. Yeah, okay, I figured he found it. All right, Craig. Doug, just use the Telegram link below. If you use that Telegram link below, you should be able to get to me. All right, Euro JPY this week is actually a hit target. Last week, we're still chasing after this target down here. So keep that in mind, traders, that we're still heavily chasing after this move right here. And there it is there. Let me just go ahead. Looks like my tool here is not quite working the way it should be this morning. I'm going to go ahead and reload it. All right, so we've got a hit target this week, but last week we're still chasing after that target. So this is good as a hit target. Let's move on to the next currency pair. And next currency pair right here, we're going to classify that as a hit target. So we got a hit target on this one right here as well. Let's go to Euro Pound. And you notice, traders, that I don't spend a lot of time on trades that have hit targets. Look at the pound. So the Euro Pound, we also see the Euro Pound right here, also a hit target right here. So we move on. Right, continuing to move on, traders. We don't have to stick around and deal with things that are not part of our strategy this week. Let's go to the Euro US dollar. And Euro US dollar, you can see right here we have an unhit target, and we see price moving slightly borderline oversold. Not quite there yet. This may be picking up this week. All right, so that's the case then. I need to go ahead and make sure I get my account set up right here. Let me go ahead and get ready to rock and roll. While that's loading up, let's go ahead and mark this off as a unhit target. And we have an over, we're looking for a pending order, but we're looking for a buy alert, right? We're looking to buy on this one right here. So we're looking for a bullish alert. Not quite there yet. But it looks like it's getting very close. Look at that, 130. So we've got about, well, it's going to be every hour. So we'll have to see how this closes out in the next couple of hours. Now, I do want to go into this a little bit more detailed. But I'm going to first go ahead and cover what we do have this week. So let's go through all the pairs. Get what we've got. Because we've still got about 50 minutes before we have any closed candle. So no confirmations yet. Let's take a look at this right here. Here we have an unhit target. But I'm going to call this a low probability as price looks like it may go ahead and hit that. So I'm going to go ahead and call the pound CAD an unhit target. I'm going to say pending, but I'm going to go ahead and say we look for a bullish alert. But this one right here, I'm going to call that a low probability right here. Doesn't look like this will be a big hit for us. There's a very high probability that we'll hit that target before we actually get an opportunity to get in. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pound JPY. And this one is a hit target. Now, this is interesting right here. As I go ahead and open up the MT4 account right here, there may be a chance that we actually have not hit this target. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look here. Let me pull this over across. So this is it right here. And as you can see right here, I actually have a pound US dollar already in on this. So I'm already in on the pound US dollar right here. Let's see here. So I haven't picked up, what is the other one that we said that we're looking at right now? Pound JPY. You see, if I go to the pound JPY, I'm going to add in those columns right here so we can see what's going on here. But if I go and zoom in here, you can see price has not reached that level there. You see there? So this actually, in fact, although we have a possible hit target here, it is actually referred to as an unhit. But I'm going to go with the unhit here. And I'm going to go say pending. But I'm also going to call this buy alert, but low probability right here as well. All right, I'm not thinking that this is going to be anything worth trading this week on this strategy. Pound New Zealand dollar. Pound New Zealand dollar is going to be a hit target. Move on. All right, don't have to pay attention to it any longer if we've hit our target. All right. Hey Patricia, good morning to you. Joe says good morning to you. Says Gary, what indicator are you using for the overbought oversold? Yes, it's a relative strength, RSI. So pound Aussie is going to be hit. Pound Aussie is hit. Let's go to pound US dollar. Pound US dollar right here is going to be, oh man. All right, pound US dollar, that's the one we got in this morning. There it is there. Price went into an oversold condition right here. Closing price was at 29.72. Let's take a look and see. We should have got in on this at virtually the same price. Yep, 29.74 we got in at. So we're slightly up on that trade right there. So that's in the money. So we're active on this one. So 29.74 was our entry price on this one. 29.74. So this one is active, and we're bullish with an oversold condition right here towards an unhit target. Right. So we got in with we started buying with it being in an oversold condition right here. So that was our condition. Let's go to the Aussie JPY. Aussie JPY is hit target. We still got this unhit target down here. We haven't forgotten about that one yet. But this is an unhit target. Sorry, this is a hit target this week. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the New Zealand. This is Aussie New Zealand dollar. We got a, it looks like it's range bound. I'm going to call this a low probability as well. So although this is an unhit target, I don't really like this one as much. But I'm going to go ahead and say we look for a bullish alert on this one right here. And I'm going to give it a low probability rating. All right. Joe, you're welcome, my friend. And moving on here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Aussie Canadian. Now this one right here looks like we haven't hit the Canadian target yet, but I'm going to go ahead and double check this on my MT4 platform because this is my system that's running on the MT4 platform. So I'm going to go to the Aussie Canadian right here. And let's go ahead and pull in. Yep, we definitely have an unhit target right here. So this is certainly going to go ahead and fire off. I like this one. I like this one a lot. I'll tell you why I like this one. If you go ahead and take a look at my weekly outlook, if you haven't seen my weekly outlook, I'll go ahead and share that with you in a moment. But I spoke about the Aussie setups. Has anyone not seen the weekly outlook this morning? So I like this one right here. This is a buy, and this is going to be pending right here. Aussie US dollar. Take a look at that one. Let's go ahead and check out the Aussie USD. And here's the Aussie USD here. Also looking the same thing, and it looks like I like the Aussies. I tell you this much, I'm really excited about the Aussie setups this week, to look for some buying opportunity on Aussies. And the reason why I like the Aussies this week is because in my analysis I did speak about the way the markets are setting up on the Aussies, that we're expecting maybe a dip, then another rally. So a little bit of weakness before the rally takes place. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up my video, and I'm going to post this video inside the chat right here. All right, I'm going to post that video. I'm going to post the link inside the chat, and I'm going to send it out to you guys so you guys can get that. There it is there. And I'm going to go ahead and send it. So there's the video link to the actual video from this morning's video outlook. Check out the Aussie setups that I spoke about. I'm really excited about the Aussies dipping and finding support and then going ahead and rally. So you may want to check that out. Then let's take a look and see what else we've got going here. So this one right here, we've got a possibility. Let's go to Aussie New Zealand CAD. All right, so let's go flip over to New Zealand CAD. All right. Now, Doug, you may want to go ahead and check that out, Doug. There's the link. I've gone ahead and shared the link. We have a hit target on New Zealand CAD. Sorry, did I say Aussie CAD? Yeah, New Zealand CAD. We got a hit target, and then on US dollar Canadian also a hit target. So both of these are hit targets for this week. Okay, good. All right, now that we've gone ahead and taken the information for us, taken the information as to what we're going to look at this week, now we can go ahead and take a little more deeper look at the pairs that are setting up to identify whether or not this is a great opportunity this week or not. All right, because we want to set our expectations of what we're expecting out of this pair, or these currency pairs. And the reason why we want to set that expectation is that so that we don't get overwhelmed by market moving further against us, maybe picking up a couple more positions. So we have to know exactly where we are inside the market structure in order to be able to understand what price is going to do. And if we understand what that is, and price moves slightly lower, then mentally we've already accepted that and we've adjusted it according to our equity management as well, knowing that the price is going to move against us. We don't have to get into any sort of emotional ride, all right? Because that's the most important thing right here. We've got to keep our emotions intact. So with that being said, let's take a look at the first currency pair that we've got right here that's setting up with a penny. That is the Euro CAD. So go to the Euro CAD first, open it up, and notice I'm not going to pay attention to any chart that has a hit target. So I'm going to go to the Euro CAD right here. And now what I'm going to do, traders, I'm going to actually flip over to my overall analysis that I had earlier on. There it is there. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to, I would like to take a look at the daily time frame. And it is the Euro CAD. All right, there we go. So Euro CAD, what are we doing? All right, so the Euro CAD, we're looking for a buying opportunity on the Euro CAD. So if I look over here, then I notice that we're in this bearish channel. So I get it. We're in a bearish channel. But if price is going to move back down, we may find support here. That should get us into a buy. We'll find resistance right about here. But if it drops back down further down south, then I'm looking for price to move down to around about this level right here before moving back up. So that means, traders, that we may be picked up on another two positions right here before price goes back up to the channel resistance level. All right. So maybe a dip, maybe even a test of this channel support level before turning around to the upside. So mentally, traders, I'm thinking that if I am a trend trader, I would be selling right now. But because I'm trading against the trend right now, and I'm predicting a sort of a bounce and then a rally again, I'm going to be looking to continue to buy long. Okay. Now I'm okay with the market dipping down a little bit and then turn around and heading back up north. All right. I have no problem with that. So I'll go ahead and take a look at the details when the market gets it. So right now, expecting EuroCAD to dip and then pull back up again. So I'm comfortable with the way the EuroCAD set up right here. I can even go ahead and put in a note here and say expecting a dip, a deeper dip before a rally. All right, expecting a deeper dip before a rally. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next pair right here, Euro US dollar. And here it is. So Euro US dollar right here is setting up a bit of resistance. We can see that there is a bit of support coming off of this by this trend line. So price is going to dip down here, right here, and then work its way back up again. So here, not too much of a big deal for me either. Just a small dip and then a rally again. So we may get in on one position, and then price may go ahead and move up north. So on this right here, I'm not too concerned about this. Obviously, I'll start paying attention as price breaks through this this channel line. If it breaks below that, then I'll go ahead and start looking for that retest of the backside channel, and then start looking to get the heck out of Dodge. So right now on the Euro US dollar, again, expecting a small dip, or let's say short-term dip, then the rally. All right, and now pound CAD, I've got it set as low probability. Pound JPY also low probability. Not really that interested in this pair, and the reason why is because I'm expecting price to move back up north. All right, I'm looking for price to move back up. We hit this trend line right here, or this upward channel. I'm expecting this to be just a correction before price moves back up again. Now that's the pound JPY. Pound New Zealand dollar, no different. All right. We came back down to this channel support right here. I'm expecting price to go back and work its way back up. Because why? Because traders, if you look at the weekly outlook, we're looking at, this is a bearish channel. I get it. This is a big bearish channel right here. But now we're in this bullish short-term channel. And as long as price stays above here, I'm looking for price to go back up to the top of the channel. Then at this point here, I'll be heavily selling on pound. All right, I'm going to be heavily selling on pound. All right. So let's go ahead and check out this right here. So right now, these two pairs right here. Oh, I actually went to New Zealand dollar. That's my bad. Okay, sorry, I should have gone to CAD. So JPY, pound JPY. Not too concerned about pound JPY. I think we're going to hit our target before we actually get in on that. Pound CAD is the one that I should look at. My bad. Pound CAD is actually in the no man's land right here. It's trading both below and above a trend. So we're in what I call a no trade zone right here. So I'm seeing this as also very range bound too. If we go ahead and take a look right here, take a look over here, maybe a dip, maybe a rally. So we are wedged in this bearish downward thing. Sort of downward thing. What type of trading analysis is that? We've got a falling wedge right here. So we're in a bearish falling wedge. And with a bearish falling wedge, we may end up seeing price come back down to the bottom of the wedge right here. But then actually, in fact, break up to the upside. So once again, if it does dip down, bonus. And if it picks us up in the trade, bonus. And then it's going to go ahead and break up to the upside right here. So that may be a small trading opportunity, but I have marked it off as possibly a low probability. All right, pound US dollar, we're active. We're currently active on this one right here. This picked up this morning, and rightfully so. We hit support right here. I'm expecting price to continue in this upward channel. In fact, if you take a look over here, my channel lines maybe have been deleted, but let me just see if I can plot them over here. All right, there it is there. So we are in a upward channel. Came off the resistance, coming off support right here. Looking for price to go ahead and work its way back up north. Now, if it comes back a little lower, not too big of a deal. And then turn around to the upside. So I am expecting pound. In fact, I posted this morning that I'm actually very big on focused on pound this week. It's going to be interesting. I don't have any data coming out this week that may support a big rally in the pound, but I am interested in seeing how the pound sets up this week for a possible good support level to continue its upside rally over the next couple of weeks or so. So we'll see what happens, but it's looking good. So that's the pound US dollar that we're in currently right now. And oh, by the way, we're not in on a sell. Are we in on a sell or buy? My bad. Yeah, we're in the buy, so it's oversold. Okay, good. We got that right. So we're oversold, we're in the buy, we're active. Perfect. And then we've got these pairs right here. Aussie New Zealand, Aussie CAD, and Aussie US dollar. 3 of those right here are pending. One of them is a low probability, which is the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at Aussie New Zealand dollar. Start off with that one first. And here it is right here. Aussie New Zealand dollar. There it is there. So we got Aussie New Zealand dollar set up right here. And if I look over here, we did come off the support level. So I'm expecting price to move back up north. All right, we're looking for it to go all the way to the top of the channel up here at the top, right? At 1.1280. All right, 1.1280. So it's got a long ways up. We've got about 700 to 800 pips going long. But right now, it looks like we may have this type of scenario where price has gone up, come back down. You can see it's actually in a range. In fact, if you look at this right here, this is perfect for a contraction phase, then expansion. So we may end up heading to expansion and then come back down to retest maybe the expansion level, and then start working its way back up north. So this looks like a perfectly good example of price starting to expand. And when you start to see price action expanding, then this is a good hint of possibilities of price moving into a trend. In this case now, it might be a short-term trend just because we're inside that larger range. But even though, it's something to be focused on right here. So pay attention to the Aussie, the pound Aussie right here, because pound Aussie may be heading into a good trend as soon as we're out of this expansion phase. And then Aussie CAD, let's go take a look at Aussie CAD right here. So Aussie CAD is going to be dipping, as I mentioned before, maybe a dip, then a rally. So this little dip is just temporary. We're looking for the dip and then a continuation of the rally. You can see that we had resistance, support. Now we're looking for price to go ahead and work its way back up. Now I get it, traders. I get it that we've tested the backside of this trend line right here, hit resistance, and traders are thinking price is going to move further down south. And my thought process here is, as long as we're staying inside this range, let's just forget about this upward trend line right here and see this just as a upward swing, retracement, and price moving back up. Now, if price moves down right here and then breaks through, that's a different ball game completely, right? That's a totally different ball game right there. And we may go ahead and adjust accordingly. But for right now, let's just trade what we see. Too many traders are trying to figure out, different ways to trade the market. All right, and I get it. That's pretty cool. That's what they should be doing. But what happens is traders, they get too caught up, right? They get too caught up in the patterns and the structure that they're seeing on the chart. And instead of just trading what you're seeing, they try and predict what should be there, and it creates problems, all right? And a typical example would be this right here, when they're looking at trading this backside of the trend line right here, but they're not paying attention to the overall structure that is still sideways. And so until we break out, the only time you want to start trending, all right, is when we break out of this range. All right, if it breaks out, then we start trending. But while it's inside here, let's trade the tops and bottoms of this trend and capture as much as we can until it starts in the breakout. So right now we're still inside consolidation. And if it's still inside consolidation, then we have to remain with what the patterns are telling me right now. And the pattern is sideways range. Let's just trade it. All right. Let's not get ourselves all confused about everything else that we think the market may be doing. Let's pay attention to what the market's actually telling us right now. Okay. Cool. All right. And then that's the Aussie CAD, and the final pair of the morning right here is the Aussie US dollar. Same thing. What do we see right here? All right. Let's pay attention to what the market's offering right now. Market's offering us a little bit of resistance right here. That may be just temporary, but we're still in this bullish channel, and price has been bouncing back and forth. So we're expecting maybe a little bit of support. Price continue. Once again, if price breaks through this upward channel, that's a different ball game, and we'll reevaluate it, because what we will do then is we'll start putting in channels going down right here and start paying attention to the downward channel. Right now, let's pay attention to the upside channel. Don't confuse ourselves, and keep ourselves focused on what the market is offering us right now, without us going in and making it more complicated than it is and adding things that are not there. Traders, I can see that there's a possibility of structure change, but until the structure is changed, we're sticking to what we're seeing right now. All right, cool. Hey traders, thanks very much for coming in. Once again, don't forget your cup of coffee when you're coming to my sessions, because we drink coffee solid every morning. All right, hold on. Yeah, it's cold. All right, so we're going to go ahead and check it out next week. Remember, traders, this is the first and the only session of this week. I'm going to be in Orlando for the rest of the week. I'll be back next week. So our morning sessions will only take place next week again. All right, for those that have been here for the first time, please go ahead and like the video if you came in late. If you like the content, go ahead and throw in a comment there. Tell me what you think. Tell me, share some information that you want to share with me. Not a problem. Love to hear from you guys. Have an awesome week of trading, and we'll see you guys next week. All right, this is the FX Big Dog signing off.